After breaking yet another league record with Indiana Fever's victory over Mercury, Catlin Clark forced Diana Taurasi to retract her remarks. It was clear that Catlin Clark wanted to make a statement, and what better way to do it than by making fun of one of the game's rules. Although Catlin Clark did not contribute to the USA's defense of their Olympic gold, the rookie superstar simply silenced her detractors in full savage mode. Legends. For the first time in the franchise history, Diana Taurasi is rendered speechless by Catlin's incredible performance versus Mercury, which we will be sharing with you in today's video. In a normal season, Fever defeated Mercury 3 times. If Indiana wins the season series, you'll understand why Catlin's rookie campaign will forever alter the WNBA's landscape. She is not only vying for Rookie of the Year, but also for MVP. This is due to the fact that she not only led Indiana Fever to victory over Mercury, but she also controlled the match following this victory. In addition to breaking Taurasi's record for assists in a single game, Catlin currently leads Taurasi by 3 games to 0 and has scored or assisted in the most points in 2 games. Over the last 2 games, Clark has scored or contributed to an incredible 62% of her team's points, the most in WNBA history. And Taurasi looked even worse because of the way Catlin controlled the game. In the first half of the Mercury game, Catlin was utterly dominant, scoring 16 points on 55.6% shooting, which included 3 baskets, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. That is a novice, etching her name into history. The first player in WNBA history to record 450 points and 200 assists was Catlin Clark. Catlin completed. What's truly amazing about her performance is how she controlled the game and took advantage of the Mercury defense play after play. Her incredible vision allowed her teammates to score easy baskets, and you can see why she's such a great player. She finished the game with 29 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists on 50% shooting from the field. Only 5 other players have done that in any other year of her career. A pleasure to observe. The Mercury defense was completely overwhelmed and unsure of what to do, so they played her close and denied her a 3-pointer. If they had done that, Catlin would have simply found a teammate to cut to the hoop or had someone put up a screen for her. Catlin's playmaking skills will put you to sleep, but then she starts to show off her amazing drives to the basket and deep threes to assault the rim. Her amazing court vision practically ensures an easy layup if her teammates run with her. She not only broke a WNBA record, but she also accomplished something that only 2 other bus players in history have done. If they didn't press up, she would have her trademark 3-ball, which has begun to make its way into the WNBA. You can bet other teams don't want to come up against Fever. Catlin Clark, Steph Curry, and none other than Michael Jordan have all done it twice. Diana Taurasi wishes she could take that back, but she never gave Catlin Clark a chance to become one of the greatest WNBA players of all time. Only 3 rookies in the history of the NBA and WNBA have ever consistently scored 29 points, grabbed 5 rebounds, and dished out 10 assists on 70% true shooting percentage. Although Taurasi has earned the right to disparage Catlin Clark, her skill on the court as a rookie is already drawing some new attention and expanding the game's fan base. Despite all of the harsh criticism, however, Taurasi has failed to defeat Catlin in their matchup when the Fever faced the Mercury for the 2nd time. And in case you forgot, Kin was just... Naturally, she made sure to become the youngest player ever to achieve a triple-double in that game versus Mercury the very next time they squared off, as she was only 1 rebound away from a triple-double. Aria and Catlin not setting a record against Taurasi, however, seems to have left Catlin with a bad taste in her mouth. Even if Boston became the first 2 players in Fever history to reach 20-point double-doubles in a single game, mouth. And now, not only did Catlin shatter the franchise record with 7 assists in the first quarter, but she also currently holds the records for the most assists in a quarter and, you could say, assists in a game. Since she wasn't selected for the Olympics, Caitlin Clark received her clapback in style. But Diana Taurasi didn't have much time to recuperate following her return from the Paris Games, so she finished the game with a respectable 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 turnovers. But she was even more irritated when she was given a technical foul early in the game during a dispute with the referees over a call against Brittany Grinder Taurasi. According to the rules, a player will automatically miss 1 game after receiving another technical foul. Taz was so clearly agitated during the game that she yelled at the referees to help her team. If they received 7 technical fouls in a single season, it would appear that Taurasi was constantly thinking about Catlin during their second altercation. Taurasi was also constantly complaining to the referees, but she was still able to fry her. We can only imagine how much worse it would have been for her if Catlin had crossed her or if she had been the object of deep 3 attacks. After the third game, Clark was extremely happy with the win, especially in light of the Mercury team's social media presence. Taurasi did her best to involve the officials in their second face-off, but she was unable to halt Catlin and her squad in the same manner. She hasn't even reached her full potential, which is alarming because most rookies often get off to a good start. Midway through the season, a slow start and a run into the rookie wall of poor performances. Because Catlin rarely took a break between her time in college and the WNBA, she reached that wall rather early, which is why veterans like Diana Taurasi criticized her. Yes, you are aware that the new fans are really sensitive right now, and you are unable to express yourself. It's similar to going from kindergarten to first grade. A learning adjustment has occurred. I don't believe I mentioned anything that wasn't factual, and she should be more aware of the learning adjustments that come with going from high school to college. CIT and Clark have benefited greatly from the Olympic break, which gave her time to rest her body and mind. She seems to be coming back from the vacation with renewed energy and a positive outlook. And guess who controls despite a few blunders brought on by the high turnover rates, schedule adjustment issues, and more formidable defenses, the Indiana team had a 1,115 record entering into Friday's game, which put them in 7th place overall in the WNBA rankings. I'm rather proud of myself and feel like I've come a long way since those first 11 games and 20 days were. It's really challenging for me because I have high expectations for myself and I wanted to perform well for both my teammates and myself. We're all trying to figure it out, and everyone gets frustrated when you're 1-8. You're like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? However, Catlin is a game changer who has also fulfilled her end of the bargain because of her explosive play. Timothy B is getting more attention than it has in the past, and she has not only helped her Team B qualify for the playoffs, but she has also accomplished this by having one of the greatest rookie seasons ever, all the while enduring constant hate and criticism. Call it Catlin's world, and we're living in it, but the sky is the upper limit.